Trigger warning, this is going to be about sexual assault, child molestation, child abuse, and Hollywood. Now, this video is about how far Hollywood goes to get that shot. Now, I'm going to start this new, not series, but kind of like series about how far Hollywood goes. Now, this film, Bastard Out of Carolina, was released in 1996. So the filming went on for at least over a year before that. Now, Jen Malone was born in 1984. I'm born in 85, so she's a year older than me. Now, in 1995, I was 10 years old, which makes her 11. So she was filming in this movie anywhere from 10 to 11 years old, possibly 9 to 11 years old. Now, I'm going to play a scene, and you tell me in the comments how you would feel if this was your child acting this part, or your child even watching a child acting in this part, even at 9 to 11 years old. This movie was filmed, parts of it, was filmed in one of my hometown. So, of course, everybody in the little hometown wanted to go see it. Now, once a couple of the adults in my family had seen it, they were like, oh, no, y'all are not watching this damn movie. This ain't happening. No. We were all like, what? It's supposed to be about the Carolinas, blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, this movie is not what we thought it was. You know, it shares awareness about child abuse, domestic violence, assault, sexual assault on children, things like that. But they should have used older actors for Jenna Malone's part as Bone and her sister. Now, let me warn you, this is a brutal scene. Please understand. It will trigger you if you have any kind of sexual assault triggers. Be warned. Okay, I'm warning you. Here we go.
You and show I'm loving me. And it ain't right. Going to come back.
Now, this is Bone and her stepdad, the characters in the movie. Now, Bone's mother has been a single mom off and on throughout Bone's childhood. So she finally meets this guy, and she thinks that this guy, is the love of her life. Bone's mother starts to realize that her husband, Bone's stepfather, is beating Bone. For any little thing, doesn't matter what it is, he's beating her. Bone's mother does not know that he has been molesting her, which it isn't going to matter because by the end, she really doesn't care anyways. But it goes from abuse to sexual assault, and I want to make sure I warn you guys.
Come back to me. I know it. She just needs a little time. I understand that with everything that's happened. But if she wasn't coming back to me, I would kill you. You know that. I would break your neck.
Now, this is a 10-year-old little girl, okay, playing this part as Bone with a grown-ass man. Now, what director in Hollywood? Angelica Houston was one of the directors over this movie, too. Now, this was based on a true story. What freaking director in Hollywood and CEO of the movie company said, hey, this would be a good idea. Let's have a 10-year-old Jenna Malone, be kissed by Ron Eldard. And I don't even know how old Ron was. I'll have to Google that to see, but I know he's a grown-ass man. Let's Google. How old is Ron Eldard?
55 years old.
Now Ron Eldard is 55 years old, born in 1965. So yes, in 1996, he was a full adult man. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to blame Ron Eldard for this, but this scene gets extremely worse, guys. This is horrible to even see a grown man forcing a kiss. Even though it's acting, it's still a 9, 10, 11-year-old girl. In the filming of this movie, we have to remember this was released in 1996, but filming took place for well over a year before that. So this was a 9, 10-year-old girl who a grown man is kissing on set. And it's filmed for everyone to see in the movie. That's not the worst of it. This is bad. This ain't the worst of it. It's coming up. I have to be careful because YouTube deleted my other video. So you can already kind of tell that we're going from the abuse, the verbal abuse, mental abuse, the physical abuse has started clearly already. But now you kind of, are you getting chills and getting cringed because it's coming up? He's fixing to rape her. This scene is one of the most horrific rape scenes in a movie that I have ever seen. And I remember back when this came out, everybody in our town was mad. They were upset because they were like, this is a little kid in this movie. What are they doing? And they're basing, I mean, we know it's a true story. It happened in South Carolina, but they filmed some of this in North Carolina. Is why I said my hometown. But anyways, this was a little kid who is in this scene. This is actually Jenna Malone. This is not a stunt double, and you will clearly be able to see that. I know I'm rambling on, but I just want to make sure you guys understand. This is not a stunt double in this scene. This is her, and you can see her face. Be prepared. It's going to be bad. This is just a movie. Still.
You gonna say no to me? You gonna say no to me? I'll show you the real me.
Do you see that this is Jenna Malone? This is a anywhere from 9 to 10-year-old girl. How far this is how far Hollywood takes scenes. This is disgusting. This is horrific. Any child actor should not be doing a scene like this. They should be in Jurassic Park. The Rugrats movie. I mean, freaking, what the F, man? You know what I'm saying? What the heck, Hollywood? Were y'all, I mean, I know they were going for that edgy effect and that shock value, but this is unreal. This is ridiculous. I've been screaming this for years. Nobody will listen. But then you wonder why these child actors end up having the issues they have. And I believe it's because their parents force them into roles like this, and they take all their money, and the kids end up getting. Now, I'm not saying Jenna Malone is messed up or anything. I'm just saying it's why a lot of child actors, Brad Renfro, you can go all the way back on the list in River Phoenix. You can see there's a long list of child actors. Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. Anyways, this scene, it gets worse. It does not get better. But my point is, Hollywood takes this stuff to a level with these child actors that is uncalled for. They could have had a stunt double. They should have had an older actress first off playing an 11-year-old girl. There are plenty. None of y'all, nobody legit, literally in this world can tell me that there was no older actress who looked 10, because there is. We see them on Dateline, How to Catch a Predator, all the time. And they look just like they're 10-year-old kids or 13-year-old kids. And with the makeup and stuff, even in 1996, look at The Exorcist. That was the 70s, and they had that kind of makeup. If they had that kind of makeup in the 70s, they could have made up an older woman to look younger in 1996. I'm not buying anybody's crap about, it had to look real. No, it did not have to look this real. You can share child exploitation without exploiting a child. Does that make sense? Just like in the movie Cuties, they keep saying, well, we're trying to share awareness about how children get exploited by exploiting more children. No, that's not how the process works. There's many other ways you can go about this. I'm going to do another edition about this, but you just think about this and go check this movie out, and then come back and tell me how you feel about a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, hell, a 14-year-old playing the part of Bone in this movie. Go watch this movie and then come back and tell me how you would feel about a grown-ass woman playing this part. You're not gonna think it's okay either for no 10-year-old to be playing that part.